What's up, devils? J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today. All right, on the video, how many more albums does Cannibal Corpse have in them? Question mark. Posted 2 weeks ago. Well, he didn't say albums, but you saw the Corpse Grinder interview by now. If you haven't, go check that the fuck out. Banger, I must say myself. I asked him how long. He says probably 10 years at least, which means probably 15. That was his words. Now, he didn't say how many albums, but, you know, let's say they do on average. I mean, they're slowing down in the years as far as putting out albums. You figure in the time frame, it's already been a few years past since an album. And then let's say they average an album every 2 years, slightly around the 10 mark. Probably got a good solid 3 more full lengths, I would say you're going to get out of them. Almost for sure, if his time frame's correct, 10 to 15 years. 5 would be pushing it because, yeah, what are their gap now? They average at least 3 years. Did they hit 4 years at all? I mean, the early years, fuck. Remember when Eat Back to Life and Butchered at Birth, Tuned and Mutilated? I mean, it was back-to-back years. You know what I mean? There was no fucking dicking around. But they're not doing that anymore. Because Violence Unimagined, that's already fucking, was that 2020? Now, there might have been a little bit of delays and fucking hold off and shit like that because of COVID. I understand that. But even fuck all that. Say before Violence Unimagined, when was Red Before Black? That wasn't that big of a time gap. But then how long before Red Before Black and a Skeletal Domain, Torture? How many was it? It was minimally 2 years. I want to say 2 to 3. But whatever, more the merrier. As long as they don't goddamn suck, and they haven't let me down yet. Goddamn it. Anyways, all about them. First goddamn question marks I'm seeing is Slayer fan for life. Whew. You on those later ones, brah? Question marks for J-Dog. New to the channel here. Are you a fan of Behemoth? Yeah, early stuff down. Dilemma 0.6 down. I liked all that stuff. My favorite is toss-up between Satanica and Pandemonic Incantations. The first 2 records, which they're just pure black metal, are fantastic. As far as just pure black metal records, they're up there. They're great. Big fan of those. The last one I listened to and recognized, the Zois Kai Kalstis album. To me, it sounded like Morbid Angel Gateways to Annihilation, and that was around the same time that they came out. Like, I don't know, when did that come out, like 2 years later or some shit after Gateways? I'm like, well, why are you trying to sound like a newer, very, very mediocre Morbid Angel album? Like, I'm confused. I don't get it. Must admit, parts of it I definitely enjoy. Don't love it, don't hate it. After that, didn't listen to anything. And people say, yeah, check this out. It's just not the same band. I mean, I kind of not even interested. I mean, if I walked in on it, if it's great, then fine. It's just kind of like I'm just disinterested. You know what I mean? I just kind of don't care. But I hear the Satanists and shit. It's great, dog. It might be. Fair enough. It could be. Poser Metal Records, we need a segment called Shot of the Day where the dog takes a shot at another content creator on YouTube. What you say, devils? I'm sure you guys will be all for it. You guys love the fucking trash talk and throwing under the bus. I'm for it. Just send some shit over my way. And if I stumble across stuff like that trash ass Revolver channel, again, I stumbled that on accident. I'm not sitting there looking for shit like, hey, what can I rip on? Stuff has been sent to me by guys like, check this out, shit like that, an email, hey, it's funny, and I'll listen to it, but I mean, there's really nothing I can make a video about when I watched it. Like the one a while ago, guy sent me the Trey Azagoth when he got pulled over the DUI. I'm like, well, what am I going to review, dude? It's like an hour long. I mean, it's kind of the guy just getting pulled over. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. There's really not much to say. I mean, it's kind of just for shits and grins because it's Trey. I guess it's worth a glance. I didn't watch the whole thing. I mean, I watched first 45 seconds, skimmed in 3 minutes, watched another 35 seconds, skimmed in another 2 minutes, watched another 35 seconds to a minute, and then I was like, all right, I got the gist of this. I'm good to go. So, but yeah, if you have anything and you think it's worth, like, the dog can, have enough to say, send it on over. See what we can fucking do. Ryan 02. God damn, didn't I say every fucking video, Ryan? God damn. Questions. What's your take on the band Ascended Dead? We've carried it, we've had it. I believe it's CD and LP. I don't even know if I've ever officially listened to it. Is that a Dark Descent or is that a $20 spin? One of those labels, right? I don't think I've ever listened to it, to be honest with you. They are a $20 spin. Oh, there you go. They're a $20 spin. Man. They have 2 albums. That sounds about right. What bands on their current or past roster are you a fan of? Cheers, bro. As far as $20 spin, I don't know if I own anything that label's put out. I've definitely checked stuff out. Was it them that put out like the Cerebral Rot? I think it was them. You know what? Actually, did they put out Two Mold? I think I own those. A couple of the splatter vinyls. Um, to be honest, is that a title that I'll keep 20 years from now? Yeah, I listened to it, thought it was pretty decent death metal. Put it this way, I'll admit it. If somebody had it on the player and they put it on without my knowledge, like Tom G, fucking, if we put on Massacre or something, he wouldn't be able to identify it. If somebody put on Tumult, I walk in, get a song or two, and somebody's like, "Hey, J Dog, who we listening to?" I wouldn't be able to identify it. That's for sure, but I've heard it. I recall thinking it was pretty good. It's always good enough to pick up. But I also specifically liked whatever colors came through the shop. I really liked the splatter colors. But when I'm going back and to be honest, when I'm flipping through my record sheet, it's not jumping out at me like spin me, dog, spin me. But I mean, I'll listen to it again, and but I can't guarantee 20 years from now if I put it on, like, I'm just gonna get rid of this. That's a very, very, very high possibility. Or it's especially if somebody's like 10 years from now and it's out of print, they want that version. I'll give you $100, dog, so you have it all. Sold. Here's my PayPal, bro. Give me your address. That'd probably be in that too. So, but have them. But I mean, I'm not even 100% positive those are $20 spins, but I think they are. Those might be all that I own. Who was the F band? The Fetid something, was it Fetid? I mean, like I said, all his stuff. I liked the whole idea of it, the whole '90s death metal scene, kind of like the demo era when he hit around that 90, 91, 92, when bands were like Dying Fetus and Broken Hope and shit were putting out their demos, and they kind of just had that, just comic book fucking line art drawing, and just the brutal, but a lot of it was catchy and cool. I like that it's trying to keep that style alive. I definitely think that's cool, and that's what they're going for. Maggot Stomp, same thing. But just I put on the bands, I'm just like, this particular release is not hitting me. It's cool. I like the sound of this stuff. It's good for a background, but it's nothing I'm gonna buy, and it's nothing like I'm like, holy fuck, this is like grabbing me and just shaking me by the goddamn shoulders. You know what I mean? I can't say that he's put anything out that's done that. Now, also to his defense too, I haven't listened to everything he's put out, so maybe there's a gem in there where I was like, holy fuck, this is fucking phenomenal. Because that definitely goddamn happens. There's shit that passes me up. Never listening. Like take the band Eon, for example. It was Tommy from Redefining Darkness. We've had him in stock and shit. Just thought the name was dumb, knew nothing about it or whatever. Oh, dude, it's fucking goddamn post dephase creation. Fucking still, deicide worship in there. Oh fuck, holy fuckski. And I put it out. I was like, this shit's fucking great. So I mean, it was like shit, 10, 15 year span to where saw the name, saw it was on Metal Blade. It came through the shop. I just never listened to, so you know what I mean? If somebody asked me, I'm like, I don't know anything about them. But so there's never officially listened to it, but it blew my socks off, right? There's a possibility there's something in the catalog. So I'm not going to sit there and say, listen to it all. It's all in the garbage can. I'm not going to go fucking far to saying that. And to be completely honest with you, too, even though none of it blows my socks off, I don't think anything by Maggot Stomp or $20 Spin or Dark Descents. Yeah, most of the shit I don't need or care about, but they've never, again, haven't heard everything. I've never heard anything that was deplorable either. It's kind of like most of the stuff I heard is like, and Hells has some of those bands for me too that we put out. I'm just like, it's cool, but it's background, but I don't need it. I'm not going to buy it. And yeah, we put shit out like that too. Again, I've told reasons why. There's three of us, and there's decisions, and signing bands. Like maybe Chase might sign it, or maybe it's a member of a band we dealt with, or it's respectable, but it's probably going to move real well, that type of shit. But yeah, I don't think anything Hell's ever put out is completely embarrassingly fucking deplorable. Like you put out goddamn Crisis or something, you know what I mean? Because what the fuck is this? Um, but I don't think those guys have either. Again, haven't heard all this shit, but no, I've never heard anything I thought was deplorable. It's just kind of like, don't need it type shit. Nuclear War is another one. He definitely puts out shit I don't like, but I never heard anything that was fucking ass cheeks embarrassing fucking deplorable. It was all respectable shit. That sandwich. More videos closer to 30 minutes than 20. J Dog, what's J Dog think of Undergang? Undergang, I put them in the category with Tomb Mold, Fetid, Cerebral Rot, all those bands. They're cool, good background, but I'm not like running over like grabbing and playing the player, and I don't own anything either. But listen to them, it's cool, it's heavy, it's it represents the '90s. But I mean, it's kind of like I like the '90s bands better for the most part, and maybe I had my fill. And definitely, I'm not going to say I would never like a newer band in that genre. I absolutely hell's bells would never fucking say that. But it's probably going to take something a lot more fucking like, holy fuck, these songs are memorable and catchy to grab me by that style because I've heard so much of it. Because again, you got to remember that's kind of my forte, the late like '87 to '92, that sound. So I was even way before it was trendy by Vic Records and shit like that, which is trending in a good way. I like them putting out demos and shit like that. I was seeking all that crap out, like the obscure bands, the obscure demos, trying to get it on a CDR at least so I can just listen to it and have it. So I was listening to a lot of that shit um, before a lot of this reissue stuff came out. And then some of the stuff that was getting reissued that either Vic Records or Dark Symphonies, I didn't even know it then, even from the stuff that I was trying to track down. And I was, especially the early years of those guys doing that shit, I was picking a lot of that stuff up. So I kind of had my fucking fill. And a lot of times, even when another one comes to the grapevine of a fucking one I haven't heard to, let's say it's like a 1992 demo, like for example, Summertime Daisies, they were in that goddamn category, right? Never heard of them. What the fuck is this dumbass name? It's from like 91, 92. Put on, this is fucking great. 90s death metal stuff, right? But to me, Summertime Daisies, the songs and stuff were just better than the newer bands trying to do it today, for me. And 90% of the time, that seems to be the case when I find out, oh, here's another band. Never heard of this. 93 demo. There's times I put on like, this stinks. I'm not saying everything that came out in the 90s is good. Don't fucking twist my goddamn words. There were some definite fucking turds. Um, no wonder I never heard of this. No wonder this never came out or fucking made it anywhere. There is those for sure. But if I have a 2023 demo, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, whatever, anything in the last 10 fucking years, demo trying to play like stuff of like 90 to 93 style, like American death metal, let's say. And then I have an actual demo from that time frame that came out back then. Each hand, there's a very 80% chance I'm going to like the fucking one that came out back then more. Not because I'm trying to, not some Mr. Cavaltz, trying to out underground you, out UG you, I know more than you, kid. None of that bullshit. It's just most of the time I like it more. Now, there's exceptions to the goddamn fucking rule. There's definitely some shit that come out and fucking blows some of those fucking bozos from the '90s away. Not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying 80% of the time it wins the oldies win. For me, anyways. Live Eternal question marks. What's your criteria for picking a record up on vinyl? Do you have to be really a fan of it, or do you just get anything you enjoy on LP? I mean, I've gotten a lot more strict over the years because space and just I have so much. It's kind of like, do I even really fucking need this? But for example, like if it's something I really, really like Pharmacist, I'm gonna want the LP of it. I'm gonna go out of my way to get it. So when Pharmacist does their third record, assuming they don't try to pull a fucking Heartwork or some shit since they're falling back for Carcass, so when it's on track and I like it, I'm gonna want to own the vinyl of it. Um, Also, to any of the bands that have been fallen, whether Cannibal, Deicide, Christian, Mortician does another album. I'm gonna pick up an LP of that shit. You know what I mean? Deceased. I'm gonna pick up an LP of that. Those are just those are the mandatories, in my opinion. Now, I guess what your criteria is of Joe Blow fucking new band. Well, I guess Pharmacist would be Joe Blow new band. Yeah, let's go with that. Joe Blow new band, like a Pharmacist. What's the criteria of me picking up an LP? Yeah, I have to really, really like it. Yeah, that is the criteria. I guess I did. I mean, I guess I knew, but I never stopped to think about it. But yeah, trying to think of, yeah, as far as other LPs that I pick up, it seems like it's reissues of stuff or stuff that's never been on vinyl. Um, Stuff like that. Like, for example, New Destroyer 666 came out. I picked up the CD box set and I picked up the vinyl as well, the color vinyl of it. That's what I bought on that record. Um, I went over and I bought it. Was it on eBay or Discogs? One of them. It was either eBay or Discogs. Remember, I talked about, and people talked about Obscenity. Suffocated Truth does exist on vinyl. I bought that. Came in too. I don't know, last week or so. Splatter vinyl. So I was happy to buy that because that's. But I have it on CD. I have actually the original pressing, and I have the Vic Records repress. I bought that, and then finally I bought as well, and I got it in. Very happy to fucking own an actual an actual pressing of it. Perversion Mankind. So as I said, it does not exist on vinyl. Somebody says it came out on vinyl. No, it didn't. It got reissued on the. I think it was a Chinese label as well. I think the Chinese label did the CD Perversion Mankind and Suffocated Truth LP. I bought it from two different places though, but Discogs eBay. I think one on eBay and one on Discogs, but at the same time too. So it was actually the video that went up that you guys brought it up. So I'm like, let me search this shit out. This shit never came out. I was like, it did. I didn't see it. And sure enough, that's what popped up. And so got the LP and then Perversion Mankind, but both came out on a China label. So I finally got an official hard copy of Perversion Mankind. I mean, I know the album. I've had the audio. I've had it just on a CDR. I forget, somebody burned it for me years ago. I forget even who. But nonetheless, I had a CD burn, but I never even had the original disc of it. But for example, again, if that comes out on vinyl, whether it would be great if Hells could do it, but if anyone did it, I would buy the Obscenity Perversion Mankind on a 12-inch LP. Makes sense? That kind of answers the question. That's my criteria. That's how what I go by. Mike Violet, J Dog, goddamn it, thank you for the heads up on the Crown. Death Race King is a killer. Sure is, bro. To me, everything Crowned and Terror down, you can't go along with. So Crowned and Terror is at their, I think it's a fifth record, fourth, yeah, fifth record. I think is there's Death Race King, Hell is Here, Eternal, The Burning. Yeah, I think it's fifth record. So the first five, I mean, you can't go wrong in my goddamn opinion. To me, but I thought they're all good. It's just Possessed 13 up. I don't know as well, but I own. I think I'm just missing one of them, like maybe two. I don't think I have that Speed Venom, that last one either. Yeah, I don't think I got that one, and I think I'm missing one other. But all the rest, I think I own a copy of, and I don't know them, but I've revisited them not even that long ago, a year ago. I'm like, damn, these are fucking good. I was like, these are some good ass records. But yeah, like I said, Crown of Terror down, you cannot go wrong with those brow brows. I don't know how. Again, that's more shit that like. Again, it's all a personal preference, but to me, when people are talking about Gore Guts and Paradise Lost and Bolt Thrower and shit like that, those bands are all cool. And again, I own material by all those bands. So chill the fuck out. I'm not saying they suck. Throw us fix in that goddamn category too. I mean, for me, give me Death Race King all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Give me Eternal. Give me The Burning. I mean, Kill the fucking Priest. The song's phenomenal. I mean, yeah, I don't like guys. And then on Crown and Terror, that was a banger too. The fucking title track, Crown and Terror. Um, Death is the Hunter, Under the Whip. I mean, I just prefer that shit. I always have. Maybe because I heard it very early on. Maybe because I saw them. I saw them on the Death Race King tour. That was '99. That was when they opened up for Cannibal, and then I saw them again on Crown and Terror with Thomas from At the Gate singing on that. Saw him on that too. So maybe because I saw him early on and met him, and maybe that left an impression because I was so young. Who knows? So it could be biased. I admit that. That is a possibility because I know there's going to be a lot of guys. This guy's out of his fucking mind. He likes the Crown more than the Stretch. Yeah, much more actually. um, but again, it's personal preference. But it's just what I like about it too, and the dog says it is not to toot my own horns. It represents a little bit more individuality. It's like, what is it with everybody in the fucking scene just having the same goddamn opinion? It's almost like they're just going by what their bud says, or they're too goddamn afraid to say what they truly think, what they really like, because they're afraid they're going to get made fun of or something. I don't make fun of the dog all you want. Yeah, the Crown's the fucking shit, brah. Can't go wrong with the Crown. Fuck yeah. If you don't have that, you're missing the fuck out. And that definitely smokes all the fucking newbies in the last 10 goddamn years, too. Goddamn right I said it. So, yeah, that's my goddamn take. So check that shit out. Mike, he knew it was up. He checked it out. Like, holy fuck, tore my goddamn face off. Damn right. More goddamn questions might clear on this fucking video too. Yeah, last one. We'll do this one. Yeah, so I think we're going to play the video then, goddamn. Just a 20-minute mark. Anyways, Ronnie Barr, question for J Dog. Why do you think bands get way better crowd response to shows in countries such as Mexico and South America, for example, than they generally do here in the U.S.? You don't see bands constantly asking the audience if they're still awake in other countries. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Granted, I have never been to the shows in there, but I mean, you can just tell by YouTube videos, hearing guys' stories and bands all over. Sadistic Intent said it, Cannibal said it. I mean, tons of bands said it. Even talking Don from Nunslaughter said the same shit, you know. Even Marty said it maybe in an interview or something. The South American crowds are fucking crazy, you know. So I'm fully aware of it. Christian said it too. So when they play Silent Paul, it's fucking insane. My educated guess is that they're more appreciative because they don't get as much shit here in the U.S. And especially kind of like more back in the day. I don't know how applicable it would be to now. It would be like, let's say in the early 90s and late 80s, it was probably harder to even get an album by, like, let's say Ultras of Madness or something. I could be wrong. It wasn't down there. But I'd imagine Ultras of Madness was harder to score a copy. Or let's just say you could get it, but it was way more expensive because they had to import it or whatever than if you lived in goddamn Georgia or some shit. You know what I mean? In the U.S. So it's just kind of that, like, and then how often was Morbid Angel playing there or any bands that coming down there? They kind of would just get what they would get. So I think they're just all, they might go a whole year, nothing, or they got something stupid like, yay, Rammstein came down here, you know what I mean? As opposed to, you know, then when the fucking sick shit, the brutal shit, the evil shit, the down with the devil goddamn shit comes through, they're pumped and excited. That's my guess. Or just us fucking gringos up here, a bunch of goddamn fucking poser ass fucking canoes compared to them down there. It's just in their blood. They got that fucking blood that they got that metallized blood, goddamn it, disaster, right? They got it more than us fucking North Americans and the other scenes, I guess, you know? Maybe that's possible too. It's just fucking bred in them. But I'm gonna go with the my opening statement as the more than likely, but those are my two guesses, and if it's neither one of those, then fuck if I know. But hey, sounds fucking cool. I'd like to attend a goddamn show down there and experience and just see it. Sounds like some savage fucking awesomeness. Comments, questions, concerns, you know what we're gonna do. Put the comments box, get answers in the morning. Later, goddamn it.